That's a nice segue, because I always ask this when I've got kind of business leaders in, what's the most valuable mistake? Because I've made some belters hourly, it seems sometimes, but when you look back, sometimes there's a lot of value in that mistake, that error, that disaster that you couldn't sleep for a month with.
The biggest mistakes that I made was on the financial side, not realising the real value of cash in a business. And building a cost base too great. But fortunately, I had Graham who would say, Ricky, like, we need to stop this. Do you know what I mean? We need to stop. Because I would go, service, right? We'll be brilliant. Graham would go, that's fine, but we cannot, Ricky, put the business to the wall because you want to have double the service people that somebody else would have. And you want to give, 100%, maybe you can only give 95% service, Ricky, or he'll not be there to give service. So that was a weakness that I had historically, going back, and not clicking, not really realising what the impact of the financials in the business.
That was good you had him. But were you close at any point in terms of... Yeah.
At one stage, even with Graham trying to help me, at one stage, and I'm not making this up, we were a day away from getting merged into another business that the bank preferred, for want of a better term, and they were persuading us. And Graham said, Ricky, the bank are controlling us to a degree. What they're offering, it was to merge with an IT company, right? I disappeared in 2-3 years later, and I was really against it. And I was out at Hibs thing, so I was at Hibs thing one night, and Ian Blackford, Ian said, how's Ricky? And at that time, I'm really friendly with Ian, but at that time, I knew Ian because he's Hibs, right? Because he loves Hibs, so we're talking. Anyway, he said to me, how's things? I said, fine. How's things? I just said, fine. He went, no, eh? I said, what do you mean, no? I can tell, Ricky. What's wrong? I said, Ian, I can't talk about, we've signed NDAs and we're days away. He went, what do you mean you've signed NDAs and you're days away? Is it something you like and something you want? I said, no, but I've got a little option. And Ian said, is it a financial problem you've got? I said, aye. He says, right, I'll give you $500,000. Or $1 million. What do you want? What do you need? Is $500,000 enough? $1 million. And I said, $500,000 be fine, Ian. Right, I'll do that. When's your next board meeting? I said, 2 days' time. We're meant to sign it off. He says, right, when you get that board meeting, you've got a new financial advisor. I'm coming on your board, investor, and he's giving you $500,000.
Jesus.
And Ian come and done that.
Just like that.
And he brought John Bent in.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Ian and John's obviously a Rangers man. Ian's obviously an Independence guy. And they're best pals. And they disagree, clearly. Because John thinks there should be a statue of Margaret Thatcher in Glasgow. Genuinely, he does. I said, John, it's impossible. But anyway, and Ian...
It is impossible.
Anyway, because he thinks Thatcher changed the world for the better, in his opinion. Ian clearly thinks opposite, But they're best pals. And the two of them came in. And I asked Ian later on why. He says, because I trust you. But I also know the market, Ricky. I understand that market. And that there's an opportunity in that market. And I've met you enough now where I trust you and people talk highly of you. And it's something, so I'll back you. And he did. He came in.
It's amazing, just a chance.
And that was... Now,
so Hibs are good for something.
Now, to be fair, see if we had went to another company and merged, it would have probably been a good success. It wouldn't have been a Combrel today.
Yeah.
But it would have been successful.
Yeah.
It would have been successful.
It would have been.
Because we'd have dominated it, to be honest.
So what's next for Comms World then?
Well, Comms World's grow. We're winning more and more in the public sector areas.